Hi, welcome to Novak News with Cleo and Angela.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Welcome to Novak Live at 8 o'clock. It's that time. What are we talking about tonight, Ange?
I think we're talking about routine inspections.
Yay! Everybody loves a routine inspection. Well, we haven't been doing them with COVID. Now we're starting to ramp it all back up again, aren't we?
That's right. Yeah, we had a little bit of a break. Got some tenants to join us and help out by doing their own routine inspections while they're all working from home. But we're back in the swing of things. As of February, we're going to be back out on the road and checking people out and looking at properties and all that fun stuff.
Great. So for those who are new tenants or new landlords, what can they expect from our routine inspections at Novak?
For a new tenant just starting out with us in a tenancy, we will aim to get out to the property within the first 3 months. Have a look how everything's been going, how the tenants are keeping the property, if there's anything that's popped up that's been unexpected, any maintenance or anything like that. And then we can report back to the owner and let them know if there is anything that needs to be addressed, and more importantly, how the tenant is keeping the property.
And that's in the first 3 months that they've moved in, right?
3 months, correct. And then
Okay.
after that would be 6 months. Every 6 months we'll aim to be there.
That's a lot of inspections you guys have to do.
It is. There's a lot of time, a lot of time in the car, jumping around, but it's also it gives us a little bit of a break from staring at the screen all the time.
You get a bit of in office, out of office time. That's good.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing with COVID, tenants weren't allowing us access. Now things have kind of, plateaued to the point where it's business as usual, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And we will aim to work with those tenants as well who are affected by being a close contact or being COVID positive. Obviously, it's all about keeping the communication lines open. So we are asking that once you receive your notification and your reminder, if something has changed, because sometimes we send the notices about 2 to 3 weeks in advance to make sure we're booked in and have our month set up, we will ask that if that is the case, if somebody has turned positive or needs us to... Hi, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Goodness me.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
We're talking routines, Mark.
The
Yeah,
importance of a routine inspection. Don't take it for granted.
exactly right.
If your agent's not doing that regular, go to Novak.
There you go.
Well, there's some properties we do see all the time, don't we? What happens with those ones that we see every 2 years, twice a year, and it's the same property over and over and over again?
Then we would start to advise our owners of just to kind of keep in mind certain things that they might look to do in the future. So, for example, if we have had a tenant in place for several years and they've decided to move on, or if they've been in place for a while and it just needs a bit of a spruce next time. Not to say that somebody will be moving out regularly. Some people do like to stay in their properties, but when the opportunity arises, when a vacate notice is given, it is a good opportunity to get that fresh lick of paint, new carpet if it's needed, and just an overall refresh to keep that value in the property as well and make sure that you're getting a good rental return.
That's a good point, actually. So when we go out and do our routines, we're also looking at the property's value in terms of rent, if it's current. Some of these properties are huge and the rent's been quite low, things like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
it could be the opposite even.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good opportunity as well for us to familiarise ourselves with the property. And if it has had a tenant in there for a little while and we haven't had an opportunity to do a rental increase, for example, due to COVID, we're a bit restricted there with the government. It's a nice opportunity now for us to have that conversation with our owners and our tenants and work together to benefit everybody.
It's almost like a new lease, like a fresh start with
Exactly.
the routine inspection. You go in, you have a look, there could be some maintenance, you get finalized, you meet with the tenant, because a lot of the time tenants are home, aren't they?
Yeah, especially these days, everyone's still working from home. More
so
often
you
than
can
not.
have a chat. And you get to see the things that they've asked for or they're talking about, whereas in an email or in a photo, it's a bit hard to understand certain issues if there's maintenance, isn't there?
Exactly.
So we're back on doing inspections, lots of inspections. Any helpful tips that you might have for our tenants? Do you suggest that they leave a list out or leave for the appointment? What do you reckon?
Personal preference if they wish to be there or not. I would say if you're not going to be there and there is a few things that you would like to note, maybe it might be something that's not so obvious. 100%. If you can leave a list, we will always take a picture of that list on our phones so that we have a copy of it. Lord knows how much paper I lose on my desk personally. So we'll grab a photo of it. We'll always leave a business card as well. So if for example, you haven't left that list and something has come up or you've thought about it, get in touch with us as soon as you can. So that way we can let the owners know that there is things that need to be looked after. Also trying to, if you can, do a little bit of a tidy up as well. It's always good to have the property as well presented as possible. Nothing's really a bit uncomfortable when there's mess everywhere. Obviously, you're living there, but
so
just think
pick
of
up
it.
Your dirty undies off the ground.
Pick up your dirty undies off the floor, please. Kind of sick of picking those under the bed. Do that a few times.
Good point. Yes. Hide the dead bodies. All the dirty undies are gone and away. So with the reporting, what do our landlords get? Do they get a little tiny photo and some written words underneath? How do we send our routines?
We actually film our routines. So they are done in HD video and uploaded on a secure link and sent directly to the landlords via email.
Fancy.
Very fancy. Along with a little summary of that inspection. Obviously, if there was maintenance reported, we will verbalize that in the video in the last 30 seconds and also write it on the bottom of your inspection letter or email that you will receive. So that it's logged both written and verbally, and it also means that you can refer back to it any time. And it's very easy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lose the emails, we can jump in. Also, if for whatever reason in the future, if you do decide you wish to do a sales appraisal or something similar, and we're not able to gain access to the property for whatever reason, we can also use these routine inspections for our sales agents at Novak to provide you with a sales appraisal on your property. So very handy for us to have as well.
And you can watch it, like you said, over and over. If you miss something or you want to show a friend your property, you can do that too. Yeah. Great. That's excellent. I'm just trying to think if we've covered everything about routine inspections. So usually the tenants could be home. The owners, do they come? Do the owners like to come to the inspections?
Some owners do. Some people do like to physically view the property, especially if they haven't seen it for a little while. So generally speaking, if you are an owner and you would like to be invited to your next routine inspection, now that you're aware that we're back to doing them, I would encourage you to please get in touch with us, so that way we can book in a specific time with you and your tenant, and to come to the property with us. Or alternatively, we generally will do inspections every 6 months. With New South Wales legislation, we are entitled to do 4 a year. So what we like to do is we like to book in 2. So that way we will always have 2 spare appointments each year up our sleeves. So if we have attended and you've missed the opportunity to come, not a problem. We're more than happy to get in touch with your tenant again, explain that you would like to see the property in person, and make an appointment to come in with us again and have a look. So you've always got an opportunity. Don't feel as though I've missed the time slot they've already been. Just give us a call and we'll make that appointment directly.
And most tenants are pretty good. If they know their owner wants to come in, they're going to accommodate, surely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's great, Ange. Thank you. I think we've covered everything for routines. I hope it's not too hot and muggy when you're out running around doing all of those next month.
That's okay. Air conditioning is life.
That's right. And you've got a shiny new car with all the mod cons now.
Yes.
So
Very
so
excited. Please send me on all the routines. Any excuse to get in the car.
Well, have a great evening, everyone. That's Ange and Cleo from Novak Properties on routine inspections. We'll see you next Monday.
See you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.